One and all, KY is the name, and welcome back to Stardew Valley. It's nice to be able to get off work a little bit early. Hi Shotaraya, how are you? That way. I can get this going a little bit after usual time, but way ahead of schedule. Which is nice, because I love this game. I'm doing alright. Got a lot on my plate for stuff to do. Winter's just around the corner. We need to double check the heating system, turn off the valves, and check all the insulation in the house. That sounds like a lot of work. Don't worry, I'll take care of it all. Well, thank you. Back to the farm. There were a couple points recently where I started to feel a little overwhelmed, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm getting through it. And Team Wolf and Flame Wheel have been amazing for helping me to figure some of this stuff out. Now I'm starting to remember where I was. This stuff. I gotta say, I don't think I've ever liked fall as a season more than I have in Stardew Valley. Don't get me wrong, I like fall in general, but it's just the way that this game presents practically everything. It kind of adds an extra layer of, this is nice. Hello, Flame Wheel. How are you today? Yeah, I'm doing better. Now that I've had some time to think and take a deep breath and sort things out in my head, I've got a plan, John. Hello, Thanatos. How are you today? Thank you for the lurk. Whether or not you're cloaked, I always appreciate having you here. I would love to play some Phasmophobia. That would be fun. Got it a while ago, just opportunity to play it just hadn't really come up yet. Tell you what, though, I am happy to be free of Hunt Down the Freeman. And I anticipate that whatever I play from here on out, even for the bad game follower rewards, will still be decent in comparison. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if it wasn't for the APB test yesterday, I would have been free all day, and that's kind of an anomaly thing anyway. Oh, really? I'm gonna have to go watch the VOD after this because that definitely sounds like fun. I occasionally sing on my stream, but probably not as funny as you. Looking forward to it either way, though. I forget how often you can just run into lulls of stuff to do, or lack thereof, in between moments where you have like the big goals. Well, that's okay. This is nice and relaxing. And like I mentioned last time, I think I'm going to do this in bursts of years. In-game, at least, in between the other relaxation streams. Just hoping to come by some iridium bars. Because those are always nice. Maybe I need to go deeper. Even that's no guarantee. It's kind of funny how in the first 2 years, I feel like iridium is too hard to come by. But then year 2 onward, as long as you play your cards right, you're just pissing iridium like no tomorrow. Ooh. Greetings, KY. Have you found my secret in the dark tunnel? I look forward to meeting you. I think I know what that is. I don't know if I've actually done it on this save or a different save or what. Oh, well, we can check it out after this day, so to speak. Ah, that way, dingus. There you go. Yeah, I knew it was one of you. Oh yeah, Gus wants some lobster. I could make that happen, I think. Yeah, I could. Oh hey, it's a Linus cutscene. I like Linus. Linus is awesome.
KY, come stand next to the fire pit. It feels great. I was hoping you'd come by sometime. I wanted to say sorry for mistrusting you at first.
It's okay, Linus.
Most people don't treat me well, so I've learned to be cautious.
Yeah, I feel that, buddy. But don't worry. I trust you. You're cool.
But you've been uncommonly nice to me. You're a unique person,
I wish I wasn't.
and I consider you a good friend.
Well, thank you.
Hey, I want to show you something. Come inside.
Cutscene was constructed this way on purpose. I just know it.
Ah, there we go. See this? It's a special kind of fish bait I make. It's top quality stuff. I need it myself. Here, I want you to have the recipe.
Learn how to craft wild bait. Oh yeah, I forgot I got everything already. So tomorrow, I'm going to go get the pots set out to try to catch a lobster for Gus, and then I'm going to go do the Mr. Key puzzle. Oh yeah, the bookseller's in town. Cool. I like it when the bookseller comes into town. Because that's basically, well, not free XP, but get to pay monies. It's lazy XP, that's what it is. Oh, shop the dog, you moron. Fill the water bowl, thank you. Dear KY, I ordered too much fertilizer for the garden. I bet you can put it to some good use. Take care. Dear KY, 1 week from today, we are holding the Stardew Valley Fair in the town square. It's the biggest event of the year, drawing people from all across the country to our humble town. If you'd like, you can set up a grand display for the event. Just bring up to 9 items that best showcase your talents. You'll be judged on the quality and diversity of your display. The fair starts from 9 a.m. Don't miss it. Mayor Lewis. Okay. Honey and mushrooms. And maple syrup. Excellent. Alright, that's the morning chores taken care of. On to further business. I'm thinking about it, I should probably start getting another silo going. I would need more bars for the silo, never mind. Looks like copper is next on my list. Stuff to get. Battery-powered box, but needs a battery. Have battery! It worked! The lockbox swings open. Inside, there's a note. Your first task. Bring a rainbow shell to the train platform. Leave it in the box. Mr. Key. Okay. Please tell me that I saved a rainbow shell for just such an occasion. I will feel like a moron if I didn't. So I always do that kind of thing. Just to be safe. You know? Well, here, might as well check the everything. Just need wine. Just for me. Right, that in there. Dang it! Well, there should be one at the beach. Maybe, I think. I am actually uncertain. Let's find out, shall we? Oh, but first, bookseller. Bookseller and Clint. Must not forget. I guess I can't really complain about getting more and coal. I'd like to run a little faster, especially through crops. I'd like to see the value of my items. Mining, fishing, and combat. Save those for when I've got 10 in all skills.
Communications are not at optimal conditions due to increased advert particle activity in the lower atmosphere.
Let's get some bait in these pots. Now back to drop these stuff off. It's kind of funky how this is more or less it for this game without a reliable source of iridium. But then you get the statue, and you get all the iridium bars you need, and then you unlock Ginger Island, and all of a sudden, oof, lots of new stuff. Lots of new stuff that I'm looking forward to. Oh! didn't realize my cord was ready. Nice. I'll serve as a nice little cash injection.
Communications have now returned to optimal conditions. Our followers have returned, Commander.
It's a shame Team Wolf's not here yet. I want to call him a Willy, but I don't want to do it behind his back. That's not polite. Take this. It's for you. Thank you. I will probably put it in the fridge and forget about it forever. Hello there, dear. I hope your farm is doing well. I'm sending you a little something from my kitchen. I hope it didn't crumble in the mail. Evelyn. Ooh. Cake. Anybody else seen Spy Kids 3D Game Over? What a fever dream that film was. I mean, all the Spy Kids films were, but as they went on, it got progressively less dreamy and more fevery. Hi, Team Wolf, how are you? I'm glad you're here so I can call you a Willy. You're a Willy. I was telling everybody earlier that I don't like doing it behind your back. It's not polite. What? great. Spy Kids was great. The first two Spy Kids movies were great. The second two, they're still fun. Because I think Robert Rodriguez is just incapable of making something boring. But they're definitely bonkers. Oh, okay. Well, now you leave me no choice but to play Star Fox Sparkling Zero. I think that's what it's called. Or is it just Zero? Or is it Generations? I'm glad I got it right at some point. Even if it's only I technically got it right, and morally I got it wrong, that can still be enjoyable in its own right. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about Silent Hill Homecoming. Like, I keep thinking, maybe I'm looking at it at the wrong angle. And so I keep looking at stuff, looking at videos and different stuff like that, and I'm just like, no, this doesn't work. I get you. You're just gonna complain the whole way. That's okay. I'm no stranger to that concept. You saw me play Hunt Down the Freeman. You saw how much I was bitching and moaning the whole time there. Oh, wonderful. I would love to see that. XCOM's tomorrow. I put it on the announcement. If you actually look at the thing I pinged on Discord, because my job has me mainly working Mondays and Thursdays now, me getting off on Monday usually overlaps with my usual start time. So I've decided to swap out the, I'm glad that my hatred is interesting enough for that. Okay. But yeah, the strategy and relaxation blocks are temporarily swapped for the time being, so that I can, because I want to have the full stream length devoted to the strategy stuff. Have the full XCOM experience front and center. Ten out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 game to use as reference for what not to do when developing a freaking game. I will give it that much. What's this? It's written in Leah's handwriting. My idea of a perfect dinner would be salad, goat cheese, truffle, and wine. For dessert, I'd need a poppy seed muffin. Yum. If someone gave me one of those things, I'd melt. Love poppy seed muffin, especially lemon poppy seed. You know what, Team Wolf? I think there's only one appropriate response to that. Into the willy pit with you. It's spreading around. New ideas to sleep on. Wonderful. Ow! Will you fucker nuts stop that? Hey. Do me a favor and just die already. Thank you. Good lord. By the way, I meant to ask, how did you feel about the newest version of APB, just based on the test yesterday? Yeah. That's the sense I got too. Hello, All-Star. How are you today? I have mixed feelings on the Tesla tanks firing. Yeah, I hope you get to feeling better, All-Star. But yeah, specifically, the burst fire, I like. In fact, I love it. It's really cool. The charge up, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like it. I guess maybe I'm just used to how the Tesla tank normally works. But it kind of feels like it hinders the response time. Especially if I'm like trying to use the poke around obstacles method. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you in more stuff, All-Star. I don't know, maybe it's something that I just have to get used to. I don't know, it's better than than the charge up was in Gamma. See, that's the thing, T-Wolf. It doesn't feel like it can poke corners as well as it can. As well as it used to. I felt like I used to be able to just come around corner, bam, and then pull back if I need to. Because armor is wafer thin. Kind of feels like I am being forced to stay in the open more than I would like. Like I said, maybe I'm wrong. Probably wrong. That's just my gut at the moment. Yeah, maybe if I play with it more, like keeping the burst in mind. Because I've still got the mentality of I don't know. I hope I'm making sense to you guys, because I'm starting to not make sense to me, and I'm starting to think that maybe my complaint was total nonsense, or at the very least, very misplaced. But I can't help the feeling of something felt a little off at first. Is that wrong of me? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Ooh. I can always use coal. Yeah, that's fair. As I mentioned, I was also not in the most talkative of moods yesterday, so that was kind of coloring everything. I guess my thing was I kind of felt like the Tesla tank was fine as is, so I was questioning the change. And I've also gotten the feeling that certain parties are not the most receptive to feedback. Yeah, that's fair. I figured that if I just had some time to let it go, usually I can just be fine. And also, I wanted to at least be an extra body for the test, if nothing else. Yeah, that's a fair strategy. I will say, I don't necessarily think the DPS of the Tesla tank is a problem. Like, it still feels really good. It was just one of those... My response... It felt like the response time and ability to poke was hampered just because it's a new dynamic that I couldn't really get... that I had to get used to. I didn't even think of that angle. Yeah, it's almost certainly it, because I'm very much used to, like, hovering my finger over the trigger, and then the moment I pop around the corner, bam. It's actually very World of Tanks of me. I joke, but I do that with TDs all the time. TDs and heavies. Yeah, I've honestly been kind of hesitant to that because, number one, time. I've got a lot on my plate right now, and I've got to make some decisions in the next couple weeks. And also a lot of it is some of the stuff that seems fine on paper may not necessarily play out as well with bots, And then sometimes it plays out completely differently with people. And I feel like, especially with a lot of the stuff, it's going to take more than one session for me able to form a fixed opinion. Like, I can say what my gut says right now, but my gut's not always right. Even if it's on the right track, it's not always right. Like, for example, my gut right now tells me that the extra pump jacks on pipeline don't really solve the problem. They actually... In fact, my gut instinct is that they kind of make it worse. But I could play Pipeline as is again 2, 3, 4 more times and come out with a completely different opinion, so we'll see. Yeah. Oh, hey, we got Gus's lobster. Fantastic. I'm gonna take these with me. Yeah, I think Pipeline, how it was before, yeah, I know that they have, that this was a temporary thing because they've got the capture zones in mind. The problem with I have is that because of the way the map tends to play out, those extra pump jacks at the front aren't really guaranteed to be your side. It's going to be whoever's, like, pushing forward. And so I think that going pump jacks only is not the best idea. I think having the pump jacks bolster the income is good and would make for some good infield, like, back and forth. But if each side had, like, a refinery or a gem silo instead of the pump jack that they do have, then it would probably play out a lot better. And again, this dynamic could shift wildly with the introduction of capture zones, so who knows? Yeah, I could agree with that, or at the very least, not relying on capturing outfield objectives for the bulk of their economy. Because it's like with the oil derricks in AR. The oil derricks, even on maps with, like, multiple of them... Yeah, exactly. That's what I think the basic problem is. Because in AR, you usually have, like, the refinery, and then you've got a credit trickle from the silo. Or not the silo, the reinforcement bay. But then you could bolster that by going out into the field to capture the oil derricks. And the team that has the most oil derricks has a boost to their income, but the team with no oil derricks still has the bulk of their economy, so they can turn things around if they play smart. Yeah, that's been with the problem with pipeline for ages. I think the capture zones are going to help, but I don't think they're going to solve. Yeah, exactly, All-Star. Precisely.
Oh, hello there, buddy. I'm just looking over last month's earnings, and it's not looking good, KY. The worst thing, and I hate to say this because she's my friend, is Pam. She hasn't paid off her tabs in weeks. But I can't ask her to do it. I know she'll get defensive, but I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah, I wish Pipeline would have refineries again.
KY, you got to help me.
Hiya! Gus, I'm awful thirsty if you catch my drift.
Well, okay, Pam.
Hey, why? What's going on here?
Listen. Saloon's not doing too well financially, unfortunately. It's a bit of a situation.
It isn't? That's terrible!
Oh.
Well, I guess I better pay off that tab then.
Thanks, Pam. And thank you, KY. Now, let's get you that drink, Pam.
And let's get you this lobster that you asked for, Gus.
Something smells like fresh lobster. Oh, that's good. Take care, friend.
Remember we could go to Walmart and just watch the lobsters? Good times. You're really persistent. I guess I'm just surprised that anyone would be interested in talking to me. No defenses, no walls either. Yeah, well, it takes me back a little bit, just because that was the first version of APB that I played. Also, I feel like Shoto's just
Communications are not at optimal conditions due to increased advert particle activity in the lower atmosphere.
I feel like Shoto's watching all of this and it's just like, I don't know what you're talking about, but yay. You might be All-Star. That's kind of similar to what I've got cooking up for GZ, Team Wolf, funnily enough. Although specifically what I've got written down is 3 levels. Which I actually don't remember off the top of my head. Let me see, I think it's offense, defense, base assault, effectively. Because the first tier is going to be all about going out to actually capturing zones, supply depots. Second tier is going to be holding on to them. And then the third tier is about taking the fight to the base. Well, here's the thing, All-Star. He said that Tech 1 would be the main MBT, which for Atreides would be the Minotaurus, obviously.
Communications have now returned to optimal conditions. Our followers have returned, Commander.
Flame Wheel gets it. Yeah, that makes sense. I imagine the Inkvine would be very difficult to balance as a high-tier artillery.
Good morning.
Ah, what a beautiful day, huh?
You know, as the saloon owner, I hear about everything that's going on in town. I remember when you first moved here. Everyone was a bit unsure of what to expect. A stranger from the city, an unknown personality. One sec. Sorry, I have to stir this about every 5 minutes. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you know, it's like when you're making a sauce. If you put in a new spice, you can throw in everything. But then again, there's always a chance to create something new and delicious, right?
I mean, that's true. You never know until you try. Every single thing that you eat, somebody had the bright idea to go, I wonder if this is delicious. That extends to everything. Bread, milk, cheese.
What I'm trying to say is, it's been great having you in town. I've come to think of you as one of my good friends. Anyway, I came to give you something. I was cleaning out the back room and I found this old mini jukebox. I want you to have it.
Why, thank you. Received a mini jukebox.
It's actually an old do-it-yourself project of mine from many years ago. They're pretty easy to make. So just in case you wanted to make a board, I brought the blueprints for you.
I'm gonna head home. I gotta get this marinara back on the stove. Have a good one. Oh my god. Now I have a chance to really look at chat. Fight! 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 Clearly, Teen Wolf just wants his Willy to match Anakin Skywalker's. Exactly. Flame Wheel gets it. I love how you're not even sure if you're concerned by this conversation. Yep, All-Star, this is what happens when you put Flame Wheel and Team Wolf in the same chat. You wonder why I love streaming to them so much. Well, I love streaming in general, because I love all my viewers. It just so happens that these conversations I find quite amusing. Listen, I'm just going to give you a fair warning, Flame Wheel. That man has had to deal with Chrono Jam and Catalyst for years on end. And now he's got us to deal with. At this point, I'm not sure what could phase him. He appears to be immune to all threats, physical and magical. Yeah. Yep, I have a feeling I know exactly who you're talking about. Wait, because you had feedback on his design decisions? What the fuck, Richard? I just heard Shoto out loud from the other room go, "What the fuck is happening?" That's what it's all about, bro. Strange bun. Oh, please have a ready. Nah, well, I can't complain about a gem, I suppose. Listen, I'm not the one who shat out TS seclusion. Although you don't deny that that map didn't really work, so not much of a threat, I suppose. Or an indignation, or whatever you want to call it. Because you pretty much are. The difference is I actually enjoy talking to you. I think the problem is that Seclusion is a very Renegade era map. Built for Renegade's style of gameplay and loop. Wait. Take which thing do I take back? I'm mixed up. Maybe it's just because of this dream. What? That you're more pleasant to talk to than Lord Kane? I suppose I can take that back. If you really want me to, I can. Listen, all I'm saying is that I would not be surprised if I heard you yell, "Fuck explosions." Love you too, T-Wolf. I will give you this much, Team Wolf, as well. Unlike Lord Kane, you're actually good at tanks. I know, not a high bar, but... credit where credit is due and all that. And it was all right. He had his moments. But I also very distinctly remember one instance where he upgraded the turret on his... it was one of the Panthers, I think. But he forgot to check his ammo before hitting battle, so because he had switched out turrets, it unloaded everything. And so when he got to the battle, he didn't have any shells to speak of. So it wasn't a one-off occurrence then. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to collect the monies for that. I believe it. And he acted like he was an authority on tanks. Like, I'm not quite what you would call good at the game. I'm decent depending on the day. But I'm not a great player. But I will own up to that. I will be like, hey, I know in theory how to play. I have good days and I have bad days. Yeah, that's true. I think it's kind of telling that my skill always kind of stagnated when I was part of the 495th. But then after I started playing with you, I started getting a lot better. Granted, by that time I had also gotten older and matured a bit, so I was able to listen and understand better. But still. I think maybe that's why for a while Artie was the one class that I was like actually good at doing, because Lord Kane didn't play artillery enough to advise me wrong on them. And all this talk is just reminding me that I originally started streaming because I was intending to play tanks as like the main thing that I stream. Crazy how things work out. One day, though. One day I'll stream tanks. The crazy thing is I want to argue with you, All-Star, but I legitimately cannot counter that in any way. Lights are a lot of fun. I'm still not very good with lights. I think that's maybe because I'm very impulsive as a player. Might also be just a case of people having insanely good stats. It's probably because I play mostly American lights. Yeah, mediums are a lot of fun. When I was last playing, like, with any sort of regularity, I was primarily, like, assault TD and heavy focused. But I was training myself to be good with sniper mediums, support mediums, and lights. With varying amounts of luck. Of course, it doesn't help whenever the team just folds like a sack of potatoes. Doesn't matter how good you are, you're gonna get your ass kicked. One match that will always stick out distinctly in my head was a match on... Fuck, I can't remember the name of the map. But you know what I'm talking about. It's got the big field, it's got the train that's running down the side. It's got the bushes, that's like sniper heaven. And our light tanks sat in the back and sniped. And nobody was wanting to move forward. So I figured, okay, I'm the assault TD, so I've got a lot of heavy armor up front. I've got good camo, I've got good stats. I might as well push up slowly through the bushes to see what we can find. Because apparently no one else is gonna fucking push forward. I think so. Yeah, I got lit up like a Christmas tree and we ended up losing pretty hard. Wasn't for a lack of trying on my part. Yeah. That's kind of how I took it. I was like, well, hey. When the team's not doing their jobs, I just got to do my best. If I do great, fantastic. If I die, oh well. At least I died actually playing. Yeah. The only thing with lights is you really got to know what you're doing. Which if you do, fantastic. And if not... yeah. But you don't learn by going, well, that sucks, I guess. You learn by figuring out what went wrong and doing what you can to do better in the... Yeah! You told me about that several times. I love that story. That's the mines I wanted to get to. Yeah, I know, All Star. It's crazy, right? Yeah, that's the World of Tanks experience, unfortunately. That's why I stopped paying attention to chat. Then again, it's kind of went down since they got rid of all chat, and it's 100% team-based. The operative word in that sentence, of course, being kind of. That's fair. I uninstalled just to make space on my hard drive for XCOM 2 because I didn't realize how big of a game it was. Again, there was a lot of stuff that I ended up uninstalling because I realized I didn't need it, so... we'll see how things go. Hang on one second. Do I have a channel in the Discord for... Oh, yeah, there's a World of Tanks channel in the Discord if you want to link it there. That way... Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, thank you for that, Flame Wheel. I can't even remember. I know I had the... Last I played, I know I had the tortoise. And I think I had gotten all of the equipment for it. So it's just a matter of getting all the way up to the badger. Yeah, I think that's technically a slur. Alright, cool. I will check it out after the stream. No, you're good. I know you, and I know it wasn't intended. It's just one of those... To be honest, that's one that I actually forget about because so few people ever use it. Well, it's going to be really interesting depending on what I play in the future. And by what I play in the future, I mean if I decide to do a franchise run of Medal of Honor. Which I'm thinking of doing because I love Medal of Honor so much. Yeah, it's all good, Team Wolf. To be honest, I wish there was a way to make that abbreviation without it, you know, coming off that way, because, yeah. Oh, Rising Sun. I loved Rising Sun. It's so good. So mad we never got a sequel to that. That works, yeah. And if I ever do a full franchise run of Medal of Honor, it's going to be really interesting. Because it's going to go from historical curiosity with, like, the first game, which I've played once or twice. And then total nostalgia era for the bulk of the series. And then into, regret. As the series goes on, and especially with the 2010 reboot and Warfighter. I'm curious what you didn't like about it, Team Wolf. Because as much as I loved it, I can see why one wouldn't particularly care for it all that much. Airborne. Oh, man. I got Airborne, but I didn't really play a whole lot of it. I need to play more of it. That's fair. It doesn't matter how good a game is. It doesn't... If the controls do not click with you, you're not going to have a good time. And I will say that about even some of my favorite games on the planet. I played a little bit of Airborne, but I think I just got distracted at the time, so I never finished it. I remember I rented Vanguard, and I thought that was fun, but then I got it again a few years ago, and it wasn't quite as good as I remembered. But then again, I also had a bad controller at the time, so maybe if I go back now... Oh, man. Oh... Now we're going down memory lane. Pistol Pete. Yes! I will say this. I think out of all of the games, and I will make this... I'll stand by this. I think out of all of the Medal of Honor games, Rising Sun probably had the most memorable characters.
Communications are not at optimal conditions due to increased advert particle activity in the lower atmosphere.
Ah, Singapore Sling! Yes, that mission! And that's exactly who I thought him was having in my head when I said that. Major Philip Bromley, SOE, at your service. Same mission that introduced Private Tanaka. Oh. Oh, man. The well rod. Such a cool gun. Oh, man. Oh. My head is aflutter with memories. Such a good game. Yeah. One hit kill, single chamber, suppressed. I used to challenge myself with how far I could get using that thing without ever triggering the alarms. And I got pretty damn good at it. I feel like I could probably clear the mission without triggering any alarms. Aside from the couple of scant few areas where it's like scripted to happen. Sound design was so good. To be fair, that sound effect could happen with any weapon, but still. One of my favorite moments from that game was in the mission A Bridge on the River Kwai. The elephant, if you remember. Good shit. Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with appreciating good sound design and good voice acting. There's a reason that everybody loves I Cannot Take It over in BFD.
Communications have now returned to optimal conditions. Our followers have returned, Commander.
Yeah, Medal of Honor in general kind of set the gold standard for turret sections. Like, when I was growing up and I started hearing about people say that turret sections in video games were generally crap, my only frame of reference was Medal of Honor Frontline and Rising Sun. And I was like, the hell are you people talking about? And then I started playing other games and I was like, you know what? I get it. It's also probably the only game that I've played that really lets me use the Majesty. Oh. That is the Nambu Type 11. Hey, I heard you wanted a Sweet Berry. You found a star drop. Your mind is filled with thoughts of my viewers. Maximum energy level has increased. Because you guys are my favorite things. I love y'all. Yeah, I think I might do a franchise run of Medal of Honor at some point. I've also been thinking about doing the same with Call of Duty, but I've thought about splitting it up between the games I have played and the games that I haven't. Because number one, there's a lot of Call of Duty games, and number two, lot of money to pay for them all, and some of the newer ones might run on my PC, might not. But I know everything that I have played, which is everything up to and including Ghosts, I'd be able to do no problem. Also thought about doing franchise runs of Wolfenstein and Doom. Oh, I getcha. Okay. Well, hopefully they're fixed this time. I don't know. What other game franchises would you like to see me do like a franchise run of? Because the ones I'm thinking about right now, thinking probably Medal of Honor, thinking probably Wolfenstein and Doom at some point. Definitely going to do Command and Conquer. Especially since probably going to start phasing out the reviews on those for many reasons. Dune. That's true. I've played Spice Wars, but going back to Dune 2, Dune 2000, and Emperor, that'd be a lot of fun. And it would give me an excuse to line up Awakening. I'm at least going to do Classic Battlefront 2. I might do Classic Battlefront 1 as well. And yes, I will see you on the battlefield for that. The only thing is, if I do a full franchise run of Battlefront, that one's going to be a bit tricky. Because there's a couple of games that I want to play, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream them. And there's one that I don't want to play and I don't think would really work. Zelda? I could do Zelda. Metroid? I could do Metroid. Dawn of War? Sure. Specifically, okay, so my favorite Battlefront game, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that. I've heard of it, but it was a PSP exclusive called Star Wars Renegade Squadron. I've also thought about doing Total War and AVP, which would include Colonial Marines and Isolation. Yeah. That is my favorite Battlefront game. That was so good. And on the other hand, there's the first of the Battlefront games from DICE, Star Wars Battlefront 2015, which was multiplayer only, and I'm pretty sure is dead now. So I don't know what I'd be able to get from it, so I'd consider skipping it and just going to the next one, Battlefront 2 by DICE. No, I see you, Team Wolf. I got a lot of thoughts that I'm trying to parse out. Alright, I will put it this way, Flame Wheel. If I can manage... Dynasty Warriors is high on my list of stuff I want to stream. If I can figure out how to get stuff working on here, like with as far as consoles go, then yes. Dynasty Warriors 4 especially. That is one of my all-time favorite games. God, I would love to do that on streams. So good. It's actually what got me into the Three Kingdoms era, which I imagine is probably true for a lot of people. I just remember having a blast with it. Oh, 5. I don't think I've played 5. I need to. 9 would definitely be a follower goal. Just because of how bad it is. Yeah, I'll never forget, like, being a kid. Having played the shit out of it already, and I went into the different menus just out of curiosity, and I was like, wait a minute. This was real? Like, this stuff actually happened? Obviously not, like, as extravagant as it did, but still. Yeah, that's true. I need to, like, actually set it on the thing. But the next goal is 100. And when I get to 100 followers, I'm going to do a double feature of Duke Nukem 3D and Duke Nukem Forever. Oh, that reminds me. Another franchise run that I want to do at some point, and I'm probably going to do in the future, Shadow Warrior. Oh, that's so cool. I've seen cutscenes from Dynasty Warriors 3. Behold the power of my magic! And I'm like, glad to see that the entire franchise is magically unhinged. Zhang He is Zhang He is without a doubt one of the most fabulous characters in all of gaming. You know, we'll find out, T-Wolf, because I'm very curious. Dear KY, I just want to remind you that the Stardew Valley Fair is happening tomorrow. Don't forget to bring your 9 items for the garage display. Remember, the fair starts at 9 a.m. in the town square. See you there, Mayor Lewis. Wait a minute. Did Yuri Lowenthal voice Zhang He? In 5. Okay, I gotta hear that. Oh, that's awesome. It's like, I've been replaying the 2018 Spider-Man game in my spare time, and so when I think of Yuri Lowenthal, I just think Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is Zhang He? Hell yeah, sign me up! God Ning. Fucking God Ning. I swear. And I don't mean this as an insult when I say this, but God Ning is a total Final Fantasy character. Oh, really? That's the same guy? Nice. Oh, that's another thing I'm planning on doing, Team Wolf. One day, I want to do like a run of the Spider-Man games. Starting with the PlayStation 1 game, which is so good. That game was my introduction to Spider-Man. And it's because of that game and the PS2 adaptation of the Tobey Maguire movie that for the longest time, the 3 Spider-Man villains that I most wanted to see adapted into a movie were Scorpion, Mysterio, and Shocker. And I kind of got that with the MCU. Oh, Carnage is so good. Carnage is also one that I figured was a given. Ooh, interesting. Dr. Neocortex. That name, unfortunately, does not ring a bell. Yeah, that's fair. And a good choice. Mysterio's so good. Crash Bandicoot. Oh, okay. The only Crash game that I played was Crash of the Titans for PSP. One key. Team Wolf. Into the Willy Pit with you. Yeah, somehow I never managed to play. Somehow I managed to never really get my hands on Crash Bandicoot. It's one of those titles that always evaded me. That and Sly Cooper. Hold up. What? Wayne Key. Alright, I'm gonna have to look that up. Because that name doesn't ring a bell, but my interest is piqued. I know if I ever did a franchise run of Kingdom Hearts, Shotoraya would be all over that. Maybe. Oh, really? Who voices Lu Bu? I gotta know. Oh, nice! Jameson Price. I can't place who that is off the top of my head, unfortunately. Shoto could totally take Team Wolf in a fight. This will be fun. Okay. She'll destroy you. Like, with how lethal Shoto was as Junkrat in Overwatch and Sombra, I can't imagine what would happen if she ever got her hands on Oddjob. Okay, Castlevania. That's another series I need to play. Seen the Netflix show, but I've not actually played the games, weirdly enough. I'll have to look him up after the stream because so far nothing's ringing a bell. Yeah, alright, 1 second. Oh, I see. So Teen Wolf was the wiener in a tournament. Congratulations. I barely remember 4. I only, like, played the bulk of 5, and even then it's a stretch to say that I played 5. I just used the character creator. One game that I am definitely going to stream if I ever find out a way to get the PS2 to work with this is Naval Ops Warship Gunner. If anybody's heard of that series. Come on. Oh! Okay.
Attention, Commander. The probability of a favorable outcome will increase if you stretch. Attention, Commander. You must stay hydrated for maximum efficiency.
Thank you for the stretch and the hydrate. Yeah, if you give me a Transformers reference, 90% chance I'm gonna get it. I'm honestly meaning to do a full franchise retrospective, because that would be fun. I've got so much on my plate right now, and I'm gonna be making some decisions soon to take certain stuff off of it. Or at least planned around, like, short-term, long-term. It's a whole bunch of stuff, but it'll work it out. Heart of the Storm. Oh, okay. Well, then again, I barely played StarCraft 2. I played, like, Tower Defense with friends and, like, a little bit of the campaign, but it just didn't really grab me. You just learned that today, Thanatos. You've known the guy for how long? And it's just now dawning on you. Probably get the shed. Don't forget the shed, KY. Do not forget the shed. That's fair. To be fair, you're more observant about things in general than Team Wolf is when it comes to his own base. Psychic prediction, either Team Wolf is going to call me a willy biscuit or tell me to shut my dick. Along one of those, it's going to be along one of those two lines. Fine. That's another series I should probably play at some point because I've never played any Fire Emblem. Heard a lot about it, but Monster Hunter. God, I hear so much about Monster Hunter. The only I know so little about it. The only thing I know about Monster Hunter is that apparently like Devil Joe is a big deal. And I only know it because of that one Goji Center video theorizing about what would happen if Devil Joe was released on Isla Sorna. Actually, it's a caviar. You guys will see where I'm going with this here in just a minute. Oh, okay. Ermac! That's another one that I actually recognize. I think Team Wolf has completely left the chat. You're just going down his entire filmography? Final Fantasy, that's another series that just tends to go over my head. The most I know about Final Fantasy is just watching Shoto play X and X2. That's fair. Yeah, I did recognize Ultra Magnus and Ermac. It's been forever since I played the Cybertron games, though. Okay. Shoto would be more likely to recognize him than me from there. Unless he was in... I think the 5 anime that I... and, like, recognize somebody's voice from off the top of my head would be... Death Note, My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Full Metal Alchemist. And even then, the original more so than Brotherhood. Oh! Okay. That's cool. Was it, Endeavor's English VA in Dynasty Warriors at some point, or am I misremembering? Alright. Those seats up there. Greetings, KY! The Stardew Valley Fair is finally here, and the crowd is growing by the minute. Just like last year, I set up an empty grand display for you. Speak to me when you're ready to commence with the judging. Oh, that's fucking dope! That is so fucking cool. Alright, let's make this nice. And picturesque. Look at that display. What do you guys think? Shoo-in for first prize? You already finished setting up your grand display? Yes, indeed. I think you will enjoy it. Meanwhile... Hey! Damn it! All right, Lewis. How was it? Was it first prize worthy? You! Was that some kind of thick prank? Though the very private! Here, take 750 star tokens and don't tell a soul! Now go clear up your box and bring me my item tomorrow. Alright. I'll clean out my box.
Communications are not at optimal conditions due to increased advert particle activity in the lower atmosphere.
I've done that before. Alright, let's play a slingshot game. I'll see how well I can do with this. Shit! Oh. No, I said you're not very observant about your base. But it is true that you do indeed have a heat base. Okay? Damn it. I'll play it again. I feel like I could be better. Yeah, that's why it's always blowing up. Taking a shower during my streams. How rude! Oh, Galactic Battlegrounds. That's another game I'm gonna play. That way, everybody will understand why I actually like the Gungans. Everybody will be fellow Gungan supremacists by the end of that stream. Speaking of Star Wars, execute Order 66. One more time.
Communications have now returned to optimal conditions. Our followers have returned, Commander.
Could also do a Star Wars racing game. Super Bombad Racing, that is. Oh, the Wookiee campaign was so good. Nice. I wish I played the arcade version of Star Wars Racer. Because, like, actually being able to sit in the pod racing seat and do all that, oh, that sounds like it's so much fun. Okay, but I want a fedora. I'm gonna do the target thing again. Oh, I bet. Hee. Wow, I got a low score. I guess Mayor Lewis isn't much of a fishman. Oh well. No, he's not a fishman, he's a man. That was some strange looking purple lettuce in your garage display. Oh, come on, Marty. Like you don't know exactly what that was. I swear, it looked just like Mayor Lewis's special. Exactly. Oh! Never mind. God damn it, Marty. Feels great to be on top. Yeah, I'm sure it does, Pierre. Never speak again, thank you. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and leave the fair. Don't forget the shed, KY. Don't forget the shed, KY. You silly Benilly. Gotta put that in the fridge for the soup next year. Go to sleep for the night, and I'm gonna let this play out first, and then I gotta take a water discipline break. So I will be back momentarily. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to wade through mustard gas. Also, that's a hilarious visual, All-Star. Oh my god. Team Wolf? What did we say about projecting our own fetishes onto other people? I hope you feel better, Shoto. It's just, yeah, it was just something to deal with. You're good. God damn it, Team Wolf. I'm gonna call you Team Wally from now on. Okay, share somebody with that. Oh, that's wonderful. We get an orange sapling. Okay. I'm just gonna put that somewhere on the farm. For funsies, you know? I wonder if... can get myself another pair. Excelente. I know exactly what I'm doing with it, too. Oh no, it's the Guardian purple shorts. No, run away. So there's one franchise that I'll be completely blunt. I am like seriously going back and forth on whether or not I want to do it. Willy Splosions. And that franchise is Fallout. And I've thought about bidding the idea to Team Wolf, like, genuinely. Alright, now that we're wearing the lucky purple shorts, let's see if we can find Lewis or Marnie. Yeah, they are huge, but... And that's part of the reason why I kind of want to do them, because I love the franchise. It's a lot of fun. The thing that the thing that's making me get cold feet about it is that Fallout fans... I don't know if there's a way to be nice about this. I've noticed that the Fallout community can get very particular and are not the most diplomatic bunch. Hey Marnie, what do you think of what I'm wearing? I imagine not a whole lot of other characters are gonna care, but I know Marnie and Lewis will. That's what I'm thinking, honestly. Because as... Yeah, Fallout has kind of always had that problem. It's been a bit tricky. I remember it took me a while to get Fallout 1 running. The thing is, I've noticed that a lot of people in the Fallout community, if you dare to say anything nice about Fallout 3 or 4, and conversely, if you dare to say anything critical of New Vegas, they don't handle it well. And unfortunately, it does not seem to be a minority school of thought either. Like, every fan base has its toxic crowd, but with Fallout, it kind of feels like it's the bulk. Which is unfortunate because honestly, that's the main thing that's been keeping me from like really going into New Vegas. That and like I've tried several times and things keep pulling me away, so I've done everything up to Novak like 50 times. Yeah, exactly, All-Star. I don't know. I think maybe I'll like play it by ear. Whenever it gets to the point where I like really start thinking about it. By which I mean maybe around the time Fallout Season 2 drops. The show's really good. Yeah, I'll see how I feel when it gets to that point in time. It's just one of those, I think streaming will definitely, like, really help motivate me to finish New Vegas, and I want to see what it has in store. Like, I believe people when people say it's the best Fallout game. I've just had trouble getting to that point, and with how people can be sometimes, that's a bit of a demotivating factor in and of itself, if that makes sense. And I am a firm believer that it is possible to overhype a thing. Alright, let's go say hi to Mayor Lewis. See how he feels about wearing these things. Good morning! Hey, Lewis, how do you... Get back here, you jackass! What do you think of my new fashion statement? I'm not sure how to take that question, Team Wolf. So I'm just curious. I can answer that for you. I am a Willy. But it's really up to Pushwall, to be honest. That's what I assume he does with his spare time now that he's not head of APB anymore. I admit I could be mistaken, but my instincts are usually correct. Like how you are a Willy Biscuit, and that flay wheel is a turnip. I'll have to think on that. My guy is like, well, you're dead, so. Baldo Extreme Turnip. Alright, let's look at this from another angle. Flame Wheel. Who... in Soviet Womble terms, who would we all be? Because I actually forgot who is who. I remember Team Wolf was Edberg, maybe, because he's perpetually done with our shit. Oh, wait a minute. That rock is moving. Team Wolf? Yeah, you go fuck yourself now, okay? You have a heat face. Yeah, PXD is definitely Quebec. With how often he butter knifes us and our base. I think I was cyanide just because of how batshit insane I am. Specifically mine, too. Psych, fuck you! If he were to do that, I would react the exact same way Cyanide did. Actually, thinking about it, I think Flamewheel would more likely be Digby. Because he has the appearance of a distinguished British gentleman. But he is in actuality the craziest motherfucker you will ever meet.
Communications are not at optimal conditions due to increased advert particle activity in the lower atmosphere.
I completely forgot what I was making. Oh my god! I would love to see that.
Does anyone have one of them battery packs? My TV remote died and it's a real hassle getting off the couch to change the station. Damn.
Yeah, indeed. That bit from the Arma Anti-Stasi series lives rent-free in my head, though.
Communications have now returned to optimal conditions. Our followers have returned, Commander.
It's one of many Soviet Womble moments that Shoto and I will quote to each other endlessly. Yeah. I gotta be careful what I say about her. Because our couch is small and dirty. I don't want to have to take the time to clean it off. It's not like Team Wolf, who I'll just talk shit on all day, every day. I know, but I don't want there to be a first time. That's all I'm saying. I love you. Ah, yes. That's my favorite Renegade map. TD Willie Fields. I would expect nothing less from the creator of Floppy Willy Island. If I ever play a game like City Skylines or something like that, you guys can bet your collective hindquarters that I'm going to make a tribute recreation of Floppy Willy Island. Oh shit. I miscalculated the radius of that bomb. Many a famous last words in Counter-Strike. Yes, indeed. With the particular arrangement of bushes. You gave it the designation, and it is henceforth known as Floppy Willy Island. You showed that to a P. What is supposed to follow that P? I'm very confused. Well, Shadow's the first person to get it. And then second on the list is Flame Wheel, so he can play W3D games again. Oh, showing her you're weak. You're weak what? Listen, I know how you be, Teen Wolf, and I don't judge. Yeah, you can have my hat. That's fine. You know me, Teen Wolf. I'm an opportunistic son of a bitch. Learned from the best, after all. Next thing is gonna be, what? That shit eating grain off your face, you dickhead. That's what he sounds like. It's canon. I feel like if I'm as good at breaking games as I am at breaking Teen Wolf, I would be an excellent QA. Ah, yes, T-Wolf, you would be very familiar with one-way systems. I actually don't even know what direction that's supposed to go. Well, here's the thing, Team Wolf. You'll be able to, likely at least, depending on what you're doing at the time, prove otherwise on Friday. If you are able to be in the chat. And also, I do believe I am dying. So I gotta ask, Team Wolf, now that you can see my smug as shit-eating grin over stream, does it look the way you pictured in your head all those years you were telling me to wipe that smug grin off my face because you could hear it? Oh yeah, because Tiny Chat was the thing. I forgot. Oh man. Good times. What a freaking chaotic website that really was. So I'm guessing, Flame Wheel, that you're going to try to get my Tiberium flash drive, too. Well, if that's the case, Thanatos, you can just have my vodka. Cut out the middleman. It's absolute, I believe it is. That's the only kind of vodka that I've had, so shrug. Pretty sure it's the kind that I had when I had my only hangover. I don't actually know off the top of my head. If you've got any other brand recommendations, I can keep an eye out next time I go get some. Which is probably not going to be for a while, because I don't really drink all that often. Even when I do, it's only little bits at a time. I say that knowing full well that I'm probably going to get more than a little buzzed next time we play Repo. Landia, Kettle, and Zerkova. Well, we're talking about vodka right now, but earlier I was talking about Tiny Chat. I know there's such a thing as Odka, which has like different flavors because it's made with different stuff. The only one I know of is cucumber and spinach vodka, which sounds like hell. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love me a good screwdriver. Well, usually when I drink vodka, it's just like a shot or two. I've had a couple screwdrivers, those are pretty good. And I've had one big glass on the rocks. Back division. So Team Wolf, in BFD 1.0, are we going to get updated rock textures? I feel like Team Wolf has to be either ghosting me, or his internet is out again, or he's wandered off to take a Star Fox Zero. One of those three things.
Oh boy.
on with continuing to fish. Whew. That's probably... Ring, 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 ring. Willie phone. Ring, 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 ring. Willie phone. Probably make a lot of money just by selling that. I don't need this much gold bars. And then next day. And I think this will be the last day for this stream. What do you know? It's a rainy day. It's Robin's Day. A day like this is a blessing from Mother Nature. I'll give her cookies. Never go wrong with cookies. I accidentally sold my bait. Oh well. Tor. Ooh. As in the Old Republic? Or a different Tor? The Onion Ratter. Okay. Never heard of it. Interesting. Oh, can't give it to her while she's actively working.
Communications are not at optimal conditions due to increased advert particle activity in the lower atmosphere.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see if we can find some iridium. That was a tricky thing to find, but... I getcha. That makes sense.
Communications have now returned to optimal conditions. Our followers have returned, Commander.
Stop jinxing me, you jackass. Thank you.
Much prefer it when enemies vanish into a cloud of vapor. Nice and simple, the way I like it. Sweet. Stuff's winding down anyway. I might as well just go ahead and grab the shed. It looks like we might have 2 more streams before we're done with Year 2 of Stardew Valley, at which point we'll go back to Planet Zoo. How was your day, KY? You look a little soggy. It was good. Having fun with this game. I'm looking forward to branching out. Alright, and with that... I believe... that is where we'll go ahead and call it for now. So, thanks everybody once again. This was fun as always. We will be back tomorrow with more XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Ta-ta for now.